Well, we're back. Bare Bones Broadcast, Norwood/Balding. Spalding. It is Wednesday morning, 5:16 in the morning. I was on the air last night till midnight and woke up this morning at 4, which means I need to take a nap today or sometime during the day, that's for sure. This old codger ain't getting enough sleep. All right, let my body run, let it do. I live by myself. My dad used to sing me this song. When I was a bachelor, I lived by myself. All the bread and cheese got to put up on the shelf. The rats and the mice, they had such a strife. I had to go to London to get myself a wife. Well, the streets were muddy and the roads were so narrow, I had to bring her home in the old wheelbarrow. And the wheelbarrow fell and the wife had a fall, and there went all my marriage, and I forget how they ended. Wheelbarrow, wife and all. Yeah. Then went the wheelbarrow, wife and all. My dad would bounce me on his knee and sing that song to me. I miss my dad. I wish my dad could bounce me again on his knee and sing that song again. I didn't understand how much I loved my dad. Miss my dad. He was born in 1890. He played a real influential role in my life, my dad did. Started out with great disappointment, now it's ending with great appreciation. It's astounding. I hope you get to do that with your parents. I had radical and vivid disappointment with my father. You could call it hate. And he warned me someday it would turn to great appreciation. I never believed him. Well, as I got genuine in my older age, and I guess I always have been genuine, I wasn't honest with it. Psychologists have reminded me and helped me focus on myself. I didn't know me. Psychologists have seen me and told me about me and helped me focus on me. And my God, I'm sorry they did in a way. Because now it's hard to live up to it. I didn't know what was given me. I've been given a lot of tools and assets, and I'm a wonderful contribution, just didn't know it. I got wrong identification of myself. So I never lived me. I don't know me at all. I'll die as dumb about me. And I've had to wear a mask most of my life, and all my life. Couldn't even have an honest conversation with myself. I was so ashamed. And I didn't know this was going to come out between me and my pop the way it is. I tell you. So I sure wish I could climb up on the old man's lap now, and I can't. Stand over his grave. Take a good leak. My dad always wanted me, he said he wouldn't live any place he couldn't step out his front door and take a leak. He didn't want to live anywhere. He couldn't step out his front door and take a leak, he said. My dad was something, huh? He was a Mason. He was a 32nd degree Mason. His life went to part just about the time I was born. The war ended and my dad's life went to hell, and it never really bounced back at all. Before the war, he was something. He said some of them got in a rut with the war, and I don't know. Salesman, I guess. You know how salesmen do. The market for rubber ended, and so did he. He was a salesman, manager for General Tire Rubber Company. Well, I better get moving along. I'll be back. Talk to you more about. I just like to open up to some things that I think you're thinking that you don't hear. So I reminisce out loud, think off the top of my head, because I think it matches a lot of you that kind of maybe shut in or hungering for food for thought. And I go out and talk to strangers a lot, so I get food for thought, because the remarks coming back sometimes from someone you'll never see again, you just pass them and make a remark. Some of those remarks are very pleasant. Most moods, I mean, even the most, you'd be surprised. I come across people that are very mad. You can tell they're mad. I'm walking along, and I'll make a remark, and the response of some of those people, most of them delightful. Man. Especially if you just pass and hit a wit that hits it right on the head. Wow. You ought to see comes out of those people. I wish I could put it together. That's why I need a camera to run around and do interviews like that. Because I like to bring it to you, the things I get to enjoy. The remarks coming out of these people is magnificent. It makes you fall in love with humanity. It really does. This is a place extremely enchanting. You can fall in love with it. And I've always been in love with living. I think that's really some of the reasons for some of these people's behavior. They're in love with living and they carry on so, and the rest don't have that same passion and they call them all kinds of names. And they're really not that at all. And you treat them different, they wouldn't behave so dismutual at all. I know they wouldn't. If you saw them what they are, they're not dismutual people. And once you start calling them that, that's all the role they know. And so pretty soon you got felons everywhere and there isn't any. Felons everywhere. And nobody is. There couldn't be a felon if they tried. Look at it. Garbage. Astounding. And then you're breeding in that? No. You got to say something.